In this video, learn how to grow cucumbers for a bumper harvest, whether added to a salad or sandwich, pickled with flavorsome spices or popped into a summer cocktail. The humble cucumber is a versatile and most refreshing crop. It's easy to grow your own cucumbers from seed, and growing them yourself always seems to make them taste better. Subscribe and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Urban Gardening. If you want to give your seeds the greatest chance at sprouting, try soaking seeds in water for 12 to 15 hours. This is the secret to boost germination and getting more plants to grow. Whatever material you choose, just make sure the pot is at least 20 to 25 inches wide and 15 to 20 inches deep and should have some drainage holes at the bottom. A rich and healthy soil will keep your plants well fed and retains more moisture than poor quality soil. For that, use a mix of 60% garden soil and 40% cattle manure or leaf mold. Make 1 inch deep holes in the soil mix and put one seed per hole. In a 25 to 30 inch diameter container, we can easily plant 4 to 5 cucumber seeds. Cucumbers do not do well with transplanting. For this reason, it is better to buy seeds and direct sow them into your pots than to buy seedlings. For most cucumber varieties, plant 1 inch deep and 6 to 8 inches apart. Now cover the seeds with the soil and pat it down firmly. Once the seeds are planted, firm the soil gently to ensure good contact between seed and soil. Water in and keep the soil evenly moist until the seeds sprout. Don't allow the soil to become waterlogged or the seeds will rot. Once the top of the soil dries out, it is time to water again. Select a site that gets full sun, at least 5 to 7 hours of direct sunlight per day. Cucumbers like warmth and lots of light. Germination depends on the temperature of the soil. In temperatures above 26 degrees Celsius, seeds can germinate more quickly, sometimes in as little as 3 to 4 days. The next stage in growth is the seedling stage. This is when the first set of immature leaves called cotyledon start to appear. Next, the true leaves develop and the plant starts depending on photosynthesis for its nutrients. Always check the soil moisture with your finger before watering. If dry, water thoroughly. If wet, don't water again until the soil feels dry on top and remains slightly moist below the surface. Once the seedlings become established, let the soil dry slightly between watering. Within a few weeks, plants will get larger and more vines will form. The leaves will get bigger and take on their distinctive shapes. Cucumber plants have tendrils that will reach out to grab onto something so the vine can grow upwards. As your cucumber plant continues to grow, it will produce leaves, and if you are growing a vining cucumber plant, the vine will start to grow too. Once your cucumber plant reaches this stage and grows leaves, do your best to water it at its roots rather than watering from above or soaking the leaves. This precaution will help reduce the chance of mildew and other diseases that can be common among cucumbers. Cucumbers are tender plants and need warm temperatures to germinate and grow strongly, and ideally 20 to 36 degrees Celsius to crop well. This variety produces only female flowers with a tiny fruit behind them and does not require any sort of pollination. At this stage, you can allow them to cascade down the pot and over the floor around your garden, or you can tame them to trellises or any type of support. Vine cucumbers require a trellis or a stake to grow. To make one yourself, start with 3 to 4 long bamboo poles. Our staking system encourages the cucumber to climb along it from the start. To install a twine support for cucumbers, attach a long string to a point high above the plants and gently tie it around the base of the bamboo stick. The stem need tying in initially and may need help later if they lose their way or come loose, especially outdoors and when laden with fruit. Make sure to keep the ties loose so they don't cut into the vine. Plant will send up vines on their stake or trellis. You can help them along by gently placing the vines by the support so the plant will grab hold of it and continue to grow upwards. Growing them vertically means they take up very little garden space, which is useful in small gardens as well as in small greenhouses. Cucumbers can grow up to 8 to 10 feet long, so be sure you have the horizontal or vertical space to spare before you grow them. As the cucumber plant grows, gently wind the stem around the string every few days to train it upwards. Tie the stem to the string at regular intervals using a small piece of additional twine. At this stage of growth, regular watering is very important. Be vigilant in watering, especially if the weather gets very hot and dry. The soil should be moist but not wet. In hot weather, water once a day, but otherwise every other day should be fine. This is the growing stage where you may want to use a bit of fertilizer to keep your plant growing steadily. Cucumbers are heavy feeders, so fertilizer is recommended to help them put on size. It is generally recommended to water plants after fertilizing them. Watering the plants after fertilizing helps to dissolve the fertilizer and transport the nutrients to the roots where the plants can absorb them. The day has arrived when your cucumbers are ready for harvest. This is usually within 8 to 10 days after the tiny fruits first emerge from the blossom. Pick the ones that are ready and let the rest ripen and put on some size. Harvesting cucumbers regularly encourages new flower buds to form, and then you can have cucumbers throughout the growing season. Don't leave them on the vine too long. If they get too large, they may taste watery and bland. Harvest cucumbers early in the morning when it is cool. Cut the fruits from the plant using a sharp scissor or knife. Harvest the fruits as and when you need them, but do not leave them on the plant for too long, as older fruit can taste bitter and their skins can get hard. Fruit size varies according to the variety. In general, smaller fruited varieties are best at about 4 inch long and full size varieties at about 6 to 8 inch. The fruits should be uniformly green and firm, usually with a slightly rounded tip. You can start harvesting cucumbers from around 40 to 45 days after sowing in midsummer. The more cucumbers you pick, the more the plant will produce. When taking fruit off the vine, be sure to use scissors and pruners to carefully clip the stem. Pulling or twisting the fruit will damage the sensitive vines and potentially kill any fruits growing upstream. From planting to harvest, the growth cycle is between 45 to 75 days depending on variety. Once you begin to harvest cucumbers, new blossom will form and extend this life cycle by a few weeks. Cucumbers are the perfect summer vegetables, adding a crisp fresh taste to salads and summer drinks. After every harvest, fertilize your cucumber plants with a light dose of liquid organic fertilizer to boost fruit production. Fertilizing at this time gives them an extra boost and helps promote their development. On average, a single cucumber plant can produce between 10 to 20 cucumbers per season, depending on the type and variety of cucumbers, growing conditions, and care given to the plant. Fruits can grow rapidly, so check them regularly to get them at their best. If they turn yellowish, bulbous, or soft, they are likely to be overripe. Cucumbers are generally best picked fresh and eaten immediately. They can be stored for a few days in the fridge. Smaller cucumbers can be pickled, either sliced or whole. Frequent harvesting will encourage the plant to produce more fruit, and this extends your production season. Plants that are left too long unharvested will soon cease production and the vines may begin to wither. Vining cucumbers take a little more work to grow in containers, but it can be done, and because their types tend to produce a lot more fruit, the rewards can be well worth it.